Hello, everyone. Thank you, Andres. Thank you, Persia, for joining me. We have Andres here from Aero Engines Solutions, who I have worked with a lot of years ago. We go a way back from our Aero Turbine days, right? And after Aero Turbines, you joined who?
I did. I started my career at Aero Turbine 16 years ago. That's a long time.
It is.
And then I moved to Killick Aerospace, always on the engine side. I did my time there, moved to Collins Aerospace for about 2 years. Then I moved to Airsil, which is when you and I worked together again. And then I've been with Aero Engine Solutions for about 4 years now.
Nice. And here we have Persia. We go a long way back too, from Aeras actually as well.
Well,
But-
yeah, so we met when you were at Airsail, both of you were,
Correct.
going back 7.5 years ago. And not like Andres, who's been at multiple companies over the past 16
I don't know
years.
if that's a good thing or a bad thing, though.
I've
Let's say it's a good thing.
I've been with Aeras since day dot, so
That's good.
I can only talk from my time here at this company.
I mean, we can all say that we've been in this industry in the aftermarket for quite some time, right? So we can talk about it a little bit if you guys want. I know that your main expertise lays on CFM, correct? What do you guys think about the aftermarket today?
So I think on the CFM side, that's our bread and butter. 95% of the business that we do is on the CFM side. We do a little bit of leasing, trading, whole asset. We do the parts business. That's how the company started 10 years ago. I think, like you said previously, the USA market is very, very important in every aspect of the business. Whether you're a parts company, a lessor, or both, like we are. We do hospital visits, so we need the inventory. If you have your customers that are doing leasing, those engines are going to come off lease at some point. You need the inventory, right?
It is the cycle of the engines,
exactly.
right? I mean, you guys see it too with a lot of teardowns. I know that your expertise is also on the engine on CF6, right?
Yeah, recently, so we've just invested in 5 CF6s for teardown, and they've, been a success already. On the CFM, we used to kind of involve ourselves. It's a little bit more difficult these days to win on those
Yes, it
on
is.
those assets, but yeah, we've always been an engine parts trader, and I think we will always continue to do so. The only thing I can see is probably widening into is probably leasing at some point, but yeah, the USM market has been great and it's needed. It's never going to go out of business, shall we say? So.
Okay. What do you guys think that drives the market or the fair market value on the parts?
I would say, it's a demand and supply kind of thing, right? So you've got availability and then you've got pricing. Other than that, you have the repair sector, right? Which is a very important key of it, because you might have the parts, you might want to pay for the unit, but if the part's not ready to go, if the part's not ready for when the engine needs it, then you're back to square one, right? So I think it's a teamwork of every little aspect of it that makes everything as important as just that one thing.
Sure. But repair pricing is the biggest driver, I think, in pricing, in sales pricing. As repair pricing increases every year, then naturally your sales price is going to increase, and demand then has a massive factor in that. If it's a part that has high scrap rate, again, that's another influence to driving up sales price. So like you said, everything influences one another.
You have also the service bulletins, the trays to have that part ready, right? And if the part is not complete or doesn't have a complete trace, or the SB deems it non-repairable, if there's no that much out there, that means that the prices are going to go up.
For sure. If you've got a golden nugget in the market, then you're pretty much in the driving seat to the price.
So what can you tell us about the market today for CF6
So
or CFM?
Let's start with CF6. Okay. I think we entered the CF6 game during COVID when every commercial aircraft was grounded. And then I felt the CF6 was my favorite engine to deal with. And then maybe 2023, 2024, the CF6 market almost became non-existent. There was no demand out there.
And now?
And now it's back
Yes,
at the right time.
Perfect.
That's kind of like the
Yeah.
Dash 3 on the CFM.
Yeah.
It's a cycle, right?
Yeah,
It's
they
got
go
its up
in
and downs.
waves. Yeah.
Not that it is a strong market now, but it was a few months ago. Then people are looking for a lot of engines, not so much on the part side. But it's like the Dash 3, the ADC, not so much about the 4000. But those are engines that they have their moment.
They have
Then it kind of
their
comes back
trend.
down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
have this cycle. I think that is very similar to the PW4. It was a point where the PW4 was actually needed a lot on cargo planes, right? And there was no engines out there. There were no engines. So if you could get one, it was a gold nugget, right? And now there's a bunch of other companies that they have engines getting torn down, and there's going to be available a lot of these parts out there in the market. So I think that now we're entering that cycle where the prices are going to start to drop a little bit, not that much, but we have seen the manufacturers coming out with the CLP sooner in the year.
Why is that?
I think that they're trying to maintain pricing because they see people that paid X amount of money for an engine, creating an engine model, right? That they're gonna spend X amount of money to sell it for this, and now they come to realize that that repair cost is surpassing that sales price. So they feel obligated to. That is what I think, and that's what I see. Pratt & Whitney used to release it in December, and now they're releasing it in September, October.
Yeah. And not only that, but the percentages of the increase on those parts is insane. I mean, you're looking at like a year or 2 years ago, CFMI came up with like a 10, 12, 15% increase, which was huge. I mean, you're talking about parts that are
It's
half a
usually
million.
7, right?
It's usually 3 to 5,
Yeah.
7% the highest, but that 13% increase 2 years ago was insane.
Yes.
And it's very hard to keep up because you're going to have the
It's-
repair stations
It's
increasing by
very,
13%.
it's very hard
Everything is
to
just,
keep up.
what do? You pass on that cost to someone else, and or you eat it or you pass it on to someone. It's a debate, right? Because then you don't want to be the expensive one, but you also don't want to have, you still have a business to run. So your overhead is still, part of the profit. So it's a question, what do you do? Depends on how you run the business.
And CFM is a very popular engine. I mean,
Yeah.
And it's consistent.
It
It's
is
always
very
consistent.
steady.
Yeah.
It doesn't
So
have
being the 5ER,
fashion trends.
It's not as unpredictable as other platforms, you're right.
yes,
Hence why it's your bread and butter.
Exactly. And what we're not changing for now.
Yeah. No, that's good. I feel like
Yeah.
we've gone through different engine platforms over the years now with CF6 Heavy. We're going to now enter the V25 space as well. But previously, it was always the CFM market for us. As with you guys, you maintain onto one platform, you specialize in it, you have all the data built, and so that helps with pricing up parts.
Yep.
And kind of keeping on top of the market and kind of being a big player. So it's good. You've done it right. We're kind of just seeing how the market.
Little by little.
I mean, PW4 was excellent during COVID days.
Yeah.
There were none out there. Cargo was still flying. People were not, but cargo was still there, right? So that's when I started Apex, I wanted to focus on cargo engines, right? Like the CF6, PW4, and those are cycles, right? They
Yeah.
they
And you
come-
get used
they
to
come
it.
and go. And
Your business has to be as flexible as possible
You need to adapt.
account for those moments when you're in the high and then those moments when you really don't have much to do. You got to be creative, do something with what you have and be
Correct.
competitive still
Yeah, for sure.
and manage it. So that's the tricky part of it as a business owner like yourself, I think.
it is key to adapt and and stay active.
And stay in touch with the community, right? Keep up to
The
date with
the
what's
MROs,
going on.
yeah.
And having these conversations really help because things are always changing. You can't have eyes on the whole network of operations and yeah. So we all teach each other things every day.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, it is great to have these type of conversations. Stay in tune, see what everybody else is doing. How is the USM market getting adapted to the mechanics of the market, right? So thank you for coming. We're here at the MRO, and thank you for everybody for showing.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
It's been a great experience to talk about these topics with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being here at the show, it's an impressive opportunity. So I'm grateful to be part of it.
And we're not exactly running away from the industry,
No,
despite how,
not anytime soon.
We'll be in
despite
contact.
how challenging it can be. It keeps us on our toes.
Yeah,
Exactly. We're the next generation, so to speak.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Not talking about age, but
I may be the next generation. I don't know.
Ooh.